advocate for renewal of public housing in industrial heritage area. With industrial transformation and acceleration of urbanization, of public housing in industrial heritage area cannot meet the changing needs of current residents. This is a community next to the 4 abandoned gas tanks, and nearly 38% of the residents are aged 60 and above. Their comments on the community are not good. In summary, it is not a high-quality community, but it's highly priced. We can see the chaos facade of the building, with a self-built canopy, messy clothesline, and illegal construction on the patios. Most patios are covered in different form and different material. So what leads to illegal construction? For the residents on ground floor, littering from upper floors cause cleaning and safety issues. While for the residents on second floor, the roof or glass top of patios lower their quality of life, which result in worse community environment. For the patios, our intervention includes operable and movable sunroom modules with great flexibility and reuse. Various modules are designed to meet different and changing needs of the residents. The original patios belong to public space, but they are in private use now, so semi-public space, which niches for private functions, are created, which also enable the chance encounters with neighbors and promote neighbor relationship in this community. For the upper floors, a range of extending modules are also designed, from which the residents can choose what they prefer or even personalize their own space. Let's see how the modules work on the facade of the building. Different choices of the residents provides possibilities for various facades. Also, the flexibility and adaptability of modular approach allows the facade to transform over time to meet the changing needs of the users. Due to aging resident population of the community, elderly-friendly design is also applied in the toolkit.
Case study 2. In central China, there are also many old communities waiting renewal, and most of which are more than 40 years. For history reason, since 1964, the Chinese government mobilized about 80,000 workers from all over the country to the central provinces in order to develop infrastructure. So a large number of the communities have been built to solve the accommodation problems of those workers, and this is one of them. The community was built in 1980s, and now it lives more than 300 households. The elderly account for about 55% of the total, but the apartment here doesn't consider the universal design. The government carried out some simple transformation in 2019, include painting the wall and adding some parking lots. However, the key problems remain unsolved. One of them is the additions built by the residents on the facade of the apartment, and most of the self-built additions are illegal. After interviewing, we know that the residents choose to add this because the unreasonable layout of the apartment, and it made some room difficult to use. The living room is always dark, cause there is only one window connecting the kitchen. To go to the balcony, you have to go through the bedroom first. which is very inconvenient and will lead to some privacy concerns. If you want to go to the bathroom, you need to walk a long way. First, you need to pass the dining room, and then there is a very narrow kitchen with a base of only 1.2 meter, and then the toilet can only be reached through the kitchen. The transformation of old buildings should be based on the wishes of the residents, so my strategy is to use additions to solve this layout problem of the old communities. We can provide some modules that meet the specifications and safety requirements, and the residents can choose to install and transform according to their own wishes. Now the apartments can be continuously adjusted to meet the different needs of residents in different periods and make the community inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable.
The next case study is located in Shenzhen, China, the Shuiwei LM apartment. The toolkit is to improve the amenity of handshake buildings. Shuiwei LM apartment is located in one of the urban villages in Shenzhen. It is a government-authorized affordable housing community for young professionals, connected by 35 handshake building blocks. Because the cost of living has reached such a level that many people are leaving Shenzhen in the past decade, this program is created to retain the talents. It is the first time the government leases property from villages. The renovation process is carried out by one real estate company. The cost is fully covered by government, and the apartment will be finally distributed to tenants. One serious problem of the place is insufficient building separation of this building. Many residents have complained about the inadequate sunlight in lower floor, and the narrow gap between two buildings results in the lack of natural ventilation and visual privacy. In addition, there is no surplus space for communal and public open areas. The layout needs to be improved to provide a high quality of living. The intervention is focused on the improve the quality of residential amenity, including increased building separation and public open area, as well as improve the layout and natural ventilation. According to the new software design guide, residential building with 5 to 8 stories must have the separation of 80 meters. Insufficient building separation can't ensure the adequate sunlight, natural ventilation, and privacy. Therefore, some of the buildings will be removed to increase building separation in the north and south direction, with distance from 19.6 meters to 21.1 meters. The vacancy can form the communal and public open areas for residents. On 22nd of June, the summer solstice, and 22nd of December, the winter solstice, there will be direct sunlight to the public spaces. According to the local guideline, residential building which is 7 stories and above must have the elevator, and rules needs to be added to connect the elevator with each unit. So the units which on both sides of the elevator are divided into 2 small ones in order to offer spaces for the roofs. In order to maximize natural ventilation opportunities, windows are adjustable with large openable areas and awnings to provide safety and flexibility, and doors with louvers above which can be used for both ventilation and visual privacy.